Hello, all sentient beings, and welcome to the TransMissions podcast, where we talk about all news, toys, and comic books related to the Transformers.
There we go. So who's hosting this?
We both are.
Ah. Welcome to our holiday extravaganza.
Woo!
Charles and Yoshi are not here. I think Charles is in Germany right now.
Yeah,
enjoying the beer and the Fraulines. And I think Yoshi, family commitments or something.
He doesn't fucking care.
Some lame excuse. So it's just me and Darryl.
We're committed, man. We are committed.
Well, we're committed because we're actually home.
That's true. My home's falling apart. I'm surrounded by water. I'm really committed. I'm ankle deep in water here.
Better than having a cat crapping across the room.
Well, the night's still young here, so
yeah.
Changed the box this morning.
So what do we got on tap?
Well, I mean, let's see. What are we doing here tonight? There's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the old news lately. But what's been going on with you this past week, Jeremy?
Work. I guess I can also show off something I got.
Oh my goodness, we're jumping right into that, huh?
Oh, we don't have anything else on the agenda, so I picked up this guy. I haven't had a chance to open him yet.
Oh, sweet.
Took advantage of the Target buy one get one half off, and bought the kid a toy. And actually, I think he benefited from the half off, but I think I'm gonna be taking advantage of those things more often now.
Yeah. He looks good. I have him, but I haven't opened him yet either.
Yeah, I've never really had many Beast Wars toys, and now I want to get the Tankor since, Rhinox turns into Tankor. But I'm excited. When over Christmas break, I'm gonna open them up.
Yeah. That's cool.
So
let's see. Well, I've got one right back at you, buddy. I mean, let's go one for one here. We are talking about Nightbeat.
Oh, cool. Blue Bumblebee.
Why you gotta do that, man? Why you gotta make me feel bad?
He's got a new head.
He's got a new head, and he's got red flames.
Very
But
cool.
yeah, it's a blue Bumblebee. So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I think he looks pretty cool, actually. The blue on him's like really neat. And go ahead.
I think that car actually works better for him than Bumblebee, just because
I would agree.
I'm tired of sports car Bumblebee.
I remember having the original Nightbeat when I was a kid, and the blue was perfect. This blue is perfect for that figure, so they did their homework.
That's cool. I guess we should also mention the fact that we're recording this live on Hangouts, and we actually have a live chat, and we've got a few guys in here. And Dynamite Maximize, Wulong Toys, Real Ronin, RD Blade, The Gabe Tour. So thanks, guys, for showing up and getting comments on Rhinox and the in your stupid remold according to Dynamite Maximize.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
So, have you seen the new, what is it? Let's see here. A lot of stuff came out this week, which it's unfortunate that we're not having a regular show because we got a whole shit ton of news we could talk about. We talked a lot about DX9 on the show. Their new, what is it? Their Mirage figure. They're invisible.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, we talked about it on the show that I'm editing that's going to go up this week.
So yeah, you're very aware.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can make this happen here. Yeah. So there is DX9's Invisible is getting a invisible kind of paint scheme here. So, what do you think of that? It's interesting, but yeah, I don't know.
think, well, I mean, is that translucent blue plastic? Whoa.
Yeah.
I think paste the link into the chat, the IRC chat.
Okay.
That I think translucent blue plastic is neat. I think it'd be a neat figure for clear too. But I think clear plastic has issues. But I don't know. I mean, blue fits the character, and you know it's nice because of the whole gimmick that he had in the show.
Yeah. But do you think that, I mean, the gimmick was he turned invisible and he could, he could be, undetected. Do you think that this goes far enough? I get the gimmick and whatever. I think if they wanted to do a reimagining of his, gimmick, they should have done, it in full clear plastic.
That's what I was thinking. Or how about a clear plastic box that he's stuck in? You can't take him out.
Just like a CGC kind of deal.
Yeah, no, I mean
AFA.
Just in the show, he had this box that goes around him.
Yep,
when he goes
true.
Invisible,
yeah.
Just have him in that clear box.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I looked at it and I thought, you know what? It's a really good attempt at at doing this, but he needs to be clearer. And so
yeah, the translucent plastic wasn't very translucent, but that might have been a trade-off for strength of the plastic.
Yeah. We did also get another pretty big news item this week, and that came in the form of a rumor on TFW, and that is the Generations guys. The Generations, Combiner Wars, will be bringing out a Sunstreaker, a Ironhide, a Prowl, and a Mirage figure.
Nice.
And this came from the same kind of system that we heard about the Leader Class Ultra Magnus a while back. And now, what do you think about getting some of these, year one Autobots?
I like it. I never had a Sunstreaker, or I never had any of those figures originally. I got a reissue Prowl, and
yeah.
I'd love getting new versions of these guys.
Yeah.
I also saw the UK is getting Combiner War figures now. They're showing up.
They are, yeah. You're right. They're starting to make their way out, and this is really early. From what I can see, I didn't think they were going to be out until the spring, but yeah, that's cool. I'm interested to see what these things look like in hand. I'm hearing good things about them, that they're pretty solid, so that's good. Yeah.
I'm just hoping that the combining gimmick doesn't damage the figures like themselves in terms of if you don't have all the figures.
Yeah.
Does that gimmick mess up the playability of a single figure?
Mm-hmm. Combiner Wars suggests that all these guys are going to combine, but getting a Generations Deluxe Combiner Wars Sunstreaker, if he's part of a combiner, that will piss me off. I don't want Sunstreaker to be part of a combiner.
Right.
I don't want Mirage to be part of a combiner. I want them to be decent figures on their own. I don't need them to be part of something else. So I can see how perhaps maybe they'll make them so that they can do that, but I really personally want them to be good figures by themselves.
Yeah, I mean because I can see not everyone's going to be able to get everything. And
No.
I mean, that was the nice thing about like the old G1 gift sets where you get everything. So hopefully I have faith with the quality of some of the figures we've been getting. They're going to be just fine on their own. And then I like how you can take, say you get one of the Decepticons and a couple of the Aerobots. They'll work together on the combined figure.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, what do you got?
I don't have anything. We just had a tweet from Gabe asking for the link again. But I replied to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got another figure that I bought that I could show off.
All right.
I found this guy at a little-known store called Value Village.
All right.
And he is a movie figure. And surprisingly, he is pretty close to being complete. Not 100% complete.
So Darryl complete.
Complete enough that he's not, obscenely, missing too much stuff. This is Demolisher. And he's kind of neat. If you look there in the center, when you turn his, or bend his,
he's got some
arm?
gears going.
Got gears going. His treads on the bottom here are rubber.
Oh, wow. Yoshi would be happy.
Yeah, but they don't come off. It's part of the figure. They don't turn, so Yoshi would find a problem with that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they are part of the transformation when you separate them. He's that robot at the beginning of Revenge of the Fallen that rides through the streets and Prime rips his face in half at the end.
Okay.
So yes, it's Prime's first foray into face ripping.
Yep. I agree with Dinobot Maximize, feeling sorry for the kids that go in there. It's like me going to my comic shop and trying to find a G1 Marvel Transformers book. Tom Scioli's already cleared them out.
He bought them all.
Yeah.
If only he had put them to good use.
Hey. Speaking of that, if you want to hear my thoughts on Transformers vs. G.I. Joe number 4, check out the Underbase, the latest podcast. Is I was a guest on with Adam White, who's been on our show, and we extol the virtues of that show, or of that book. So, nice little plug.
So it's a really short show.
It wasn't. It was a good length.
I did get some comics, though, that I'm going to show y'all, because we're filling time. So,
I have one comic somewhere.
Got a little stack here. Nice little stack. This is Angry Birds Transformers number 2.
Age of Extinction.
Yep. It's not bad. I like that cover. It was cool. This is RID number 36. I'm calling it RID. I don't give a crap what anyone else says.
Well, they've announced the Free Comic Book Day book for next year is going to be the new Transformers Robots in Disguise based off the cartoon.
Yeah.
With a Transformers vs. G.I. Joe strip done in there as well.
That's so bad. Let's see. What else do I got in here? See if anybody else has any interest in any of this. Death of Wolverine, the Weapon X program.
That is not Transformers.
I am controlling this show.
I got something Transformers related that
Hold on, I'm not
came
done.
in the mail.
I'm not done.
Okay.
This is Death of Wolverine again. We've got the Spider-Verse team up, number 2. This was a really good one, actually. Amazing Spider-Man, number 11. The Spider-Verse storyline is really good right now, guys. If you're not reading Spider-Man, you should be. It's way better than Transformers versus G.I. Joe. A trio of Bob's Burgers books. Numbers 1 to 3. Not as good as the TV show. And Spider-Man 2099, more Spider-Verse, and Spider-Verse, or Scarlet Spiders, more Spider-Verse stuff. I don't care, it's not Transformers. It is really good reading.
Yeah.
Go on, Jeremy.
I only got one thing, and it came in the mail. It's the new Collectors Club book. That's it.
That's almost barely Transformers.
No, I haven't had a chance to really go through it yet, but the back of it is interesting. It's apparently a prologue to their next comic that I guess would tie in with this year's BotCon. But that's a pretty neat image there.
Oh.
I think it ties in with the Shattered Glass stuff, so it's going to be hit or miss. But I don't know. It's looks like they're playing on the animated movie stuff, but with Shattered Glass Optimus instead of Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it'll turn into Galva Prime. I don't know.
Such crap.
Yeah.
So I found Wave 2 of the movie crayons in my city. These are definitely the ones without the codes on them. So, Real Ronin, if these are what you're looking for, start checking your Walmarts, buddy, and your Toys R Us's. They're out at the big stores. And I bought 10 of them. So
you're trying to get all of them?
No, I'm just trying to get the guys I want. So
is this going to be a thing where eventually people can just kind of feel the bags?
There's too much crap in the bags. Like, you get this humongous thing that goes in the bag as well, and it is... I'm going to open it because it's stupid and pointless.
Yeah, the other ones had that too.
The poster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
This thing is humongous.
Oh, no, they didn't have that.
Yeah, this is in the bag, right?
Hang it up on your wall.
So this is the size of the bag, and that poster is in this bag. So it takes up a lot of space, so you can't really feel the figures. But so I did get a while ago. I did get a package listing from Twitter. Somebody had put up. He said, if you open up a new box, this is the layout of where the figures are. So I said, oh, cool. So I had this sitting on my phone until the day that I found the box. Well, I found a box, and there was like one was picked out. I'm like, okay, so this should be pretty accurate to what I'm looking for. So I looked, and I started picking them out, and I only got 2 right. Like, this is not even close to being what I wanted. So I ended up going back, and I grabbed a couple more, and I've gotten 4 now. 4 that I actually wanted.
You should just go to Big Bad Toy Store and just buy a case.
I really should have just bought a case.
That's what I did when the World's Smallest Transformers came out. I just bought a case of all of them. And yeah, I had a bunch of duplicates. But, I was guaranteed to get, I think, 1 of everything in that wave.
Yeah. The ones I did get that I wanted, this is Trail Cutter, or Breaker, I think. Actually, I do believe they call him Breaker. Yeah, Trail Breaker. They do call him Trail Breaker. So, yeah. Perhaps they got the name back for the...
I wonder, because in the newest More Than Meets the Eye that comes out this next week, they do reference him as Trail Breaker, even though it's like a flashback, something happened in the past.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised.
This one here is Run Amok. So Have to find the other one. His brother.
You need is it
Runabout. Yeah. I got Wheelie. So there's Wheelie. He looks pretty good. I like the Wheelie look. And this one confused me a little bit, so I don't know exactly what's going on. This one they refer to as Autobot Sea Spray, which works, but right in the corner of his chest is a Decepticon logo. So I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Okay. I've got some sad news. Our special guest isn't going to make it tonight.
So should try for another. See if anyone else is out there. Let me pull up Skype and see if I can find somebody off the top of my head here.
Yeah.
Go on, you take the wheel, Jeremy.
I don't have anything. I can. Well, I guess I can't really talk about the comic for next week that comes out next week because we're still embargoed.
Spin us a yarn, Jeremy. What's going on here?
We can take some questions from the chat.
Oh, you could if you wanted to, yeah.
Well, there's a kind of delay between us talking and when they see what we say. So when you guys see this, when you guys hear us, say in the chat that you just heard us. So. Yeah, there's nothing.
This is a good wait.
Drink from my McDonald's cup. Yeah, I guess the only other thing I've been doing this week is getting ready to go out of town for Christmas.
Wow, there it is.
There you go. Wow. That's like almost a full minute.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. You guys have to wait a minute now.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'll type in the chat that we're gonna take questions. So this is only slightly more prepared than. Actually, it's probably less prepared than when you and Yoshi did, because you had all the TFCon stuff.
Yeah, we did. Let's see here.
I did finally get the coffee mugs for you guys all packed up. It's going to be shipped off tomorrow, along with all of your signed comics. Yoshi's going to get some. Charles is going to get some.
Everyone's getting some of my comics, huh?
No. Everything actually managed to fit all in one big box. So.
I sent you a Skype message with an idea.
All right. And someone asked if the subscription for the free figure for the Transformers Club is worth it. It's hit or miss. Some years the figure is worth it. Some years it's not. And I mean, unfortunately, you generally have to subscribe before. I mean, I guess they announce it ahead of time, but I'm too lazy to like cancel my subscription and then re-sign up. So I just get what they send me. I do think that the subscription service for this next year is not. I don't think it's worth it. So I got the first two, and I'm not getting this one.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, that's fine with me.
You can see about it. Give it a try. See if we can get you guys a guest. As if we're not as good enough for you.
I've only seen pictures of the Combiner War figures on the at the stores. Sorry, they gave it to our asked if we had seen pictures of the Combiner Wars figures.
Oh,
And Donald Maximize is asking what you get when you subscribe. With the club membership, you get the Collectors Club magazine, which is about the size of a comic. You get that every 2 months. You get the free figure. And then they have a companion figure that's kind of in the same theme of the free figure, but you have to pay for it. But only subscribers can pay for it. And then you also get a discount for BotCon registration. So if you're going to BotCon, I would definitely say do it. If you're not, I mean, it's hit or miss. Personally, it's not that big of a cost for me to keep subscribing every year. Oh, Wulong's going to share something with us for showing up here. He's got a surprise. Let's see if we can get him on.
yeah. You can do that.
Looks like he's doing a lion bot. Something just beeped.
Oh, that's cool.
You want to send Wulong
Done.
the link? Done. Cool.
Let's see here.
Trying to see. Dynamite Maximus is asking how much it costs. I can't remember. I'm trying to find it on their site. They don't have the best website.
Who? Oh,
the Transformers Club. Click here to join the club. It is $42 for third class shipping, $65 for first class shipping. So, $65 a year, and you get a figure, you get the magazines. And that, yeah. The thing that Wulong posted is really sweet.
it is. It's sounds like it goes over Orion. It's a parts forming thing.
I'm just telling him he needs to do a Voltron figure. Gotta get it in wherever I can. Nice. He's got a buddy that's already working on Voltron.
Um,
RD Blade, you're on my list. He said Voltron rocks, so he's on the list.
Okay, well, I think, let's see. Since I'm the one in control of this thing, I think I have...
You control the horizontal and the vertical.
and the Z axis.
Whatever that is.
Let's see here. I'm gonna add a couple people, bring you guys onto the show for a quick little chat. Let's start. It's not going to be super long, and we're not going to keep you on for the whole thing. So I'm going to ask you in a private message on this fine IRC server what your emails are, and then I'll send you a quick message, and then we'll get you on, and we'll ask you some quick questions, and we'll get you off. So it'll be real fast.
Don't even have to enter a contest.
There you go. Let's see here. We'll go with... this one first. Okay.
Don't know about Maximize. I don't know if you've seen the actual Japanese Go Lion videos, but I rented them from Netflix a few years ago, and it's a lot more violent than Voltron was. They really cut a lot of that show up to make Voltron. And now the dog's asleep. He's been asleep. He's just snoring a little bit louder now.
Is nobody getting my private messages of request for emails?
Here, I'll say something in the chat. Yeah, Wulong. That was kind of my favorite episode as a kid too, where the Princess Allura dives into the lake and she came up without her top.
Well, while we wait for somebody to return my private message, I got a Dinobot from the movie. Oh, I know. It's terrible. But I'm getting closer to actually getting all of them, which I got to go for the whole team now, man. All right. All right. Let's see if RD Blade is coming.
All right. Get
a little preview of what he might want to get for Christmas and stuff, right?
Yeah. What are you looking forward for Christmas?
I don't know. Apparently, I do Christmas wrong. I've been getting shit from everyone, so I sent them all a Christmas list of stuff I wanted, and then I bought it for myself. So and then that pissed them all off. So
there's a window where you shouldn't buy things for yourself.
Yeah, but it was on sale, and I didn't want to miss it. So yeah, I bought that for myself. I suck.
The thing is, you buy it, you don't tell anybody, and then if they buy you the same thing, you can return it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I've asked for the Masterpiece Bumblebee, and I asked like my brother and sister-in-law for either the Masterpiece Bumblebee if they're going to go in together, or if they're buying separately. There's the what was the book called? The big coffee table book that just came out.
The Legacy.
Legacy book, and then there's also a Voltron history book for 30th anniversary of Voltron. So
That's
if
cool.
I get any of those, I'll be happy.
Cool.
If I get none of them, they're
I've never been much of a big book guy, so like I read the comics, but like the Legacy book I have asked for Christmas.
Yeah.
If I get that, that's cool. But if I don't, then there's no biggie. It's
I mean, like last year, I got that 30th anniversary collection that has like a few of the comics from all the different eras, and I thought that was pretty good.
Nice.
And no one's getting in.
Well, I invited Artie Blade, and nothing yet, so.
Wait, when you invite people, there is a link that it's supposed to give you.
It just emails them. And it's a share, so.
I thought there was a thing where it would also give a link and you can just send people the link.
Oh, well, it's the same link. It sends it to them, so.
Your buddy Dogcades is in.
Yep. He's always late. Just back from work on a Sunday?
Man, that sucks.
Oh, there you go.
Click on the wrong thing. All right.
What are we looking at here?
I'm just trying to figure out how you can get these people in.
Oh, Ronan left. I think he got done work. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah.
What's with people working on a Sunday?
I know, right? What the hell?
I guess any work is good work. I'll be happy when this week is over. And then I'm done till 5th of July or 5th of January.
Something's happening.
Artie Blade.
Oh, what's going on here?
Caller, you're on the air.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah. Oh, he's got to accept the stupid thing Google puts up.
Yeah.
And start his video. Hello, RD Blade. Are you in?
It says, LOL, my lights are out. Oh, I hear something.
Microphone works. Yeah, we kind of give off the impression that we haven't actually tested any of this stuff or actually prepared for tonight's show. And you'd probably be right. RD Blade, can you hear us?
Hello, hello.
Hello?
Hi. Caller, you're on the air.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
How's it going? Do you have a camera?
Well, I'm hearing you guys in 2 different times.
Yeah, if you... What was it?
Oh, you need to mute the video on the webpage.
Okay.
It's like, caller, turn off your radio. And then, do you have a camera?
Yeah, I do. I'm really ill prepared for this.
That's okay. Yeah.
Camera's on now.
All right. Ah, there you go.
Hey, hello.
How's it
Morning,
going?
guys.
Hey.
So we're just, wanting to, I guess, get to know some of the audience and also find out what you're looking for Christmas. So.
I'm looking forward to this huge box of stuff that I have in my pile of loot at BBTS.
You're just gonna release it all.
Yeah. Unleash the Kraken.
Yeah. Cool.
What's in it?
Okay. Let me just pull up the page. I can list it off to you.
Forgot I got one more thing that I'm not able to actually open until Christmas. Inside here is the Generations Jet file.
Oh, nice.
Oh, right on.
And ended up getting it. That's the present I bought for myself from my wife.
You into third party toys there, RD Blade?
Yeah, about half of what I get is third party.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. They got a brainstorm coming.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mania King. They had it on sale briefly. It's for Cyber Monday, I guess.
Did you get the original version or the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, man. What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah. I wanted the vintage color one, but
Yeah. Apparently the repro labels really help though. So next time I go to repro labels, I'm hooking myself up with the stickers for that.
Okay. I've gotten into painting them, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's ballsy.
What's up is Canon.
Ballsy, man, ballsy.
But I have a lot of practice now, so.
Good.
I don't know if you saw the Cobra Commander I made out of Thor.
I didn't. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so it's on my. It's like the pinned page, the pinned tweet on my Twitter page.
Okay. I think Jeremy's on it right now.
On what?
He's trying to find it. No. Okay.
I'm chatting.
What else you got on that list there, sir?
There's like a few deluxes, Windblade, Night Beat. Roadbuster's coming.
Cool.
Nice. I love that toy.
And third party, I got Ollie, a little wheelie guy.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
How big is that?
I don't think it's very big at all.
I think he's like 4.5 inches, something like that.
Okay.
But he's definitely bigger than the Legends one.
Yeah.
Which I broke. I was trying to prep it to paint it, and as I pulled it apart, I broke his ball joint. Like, he was on target.
Shit.
Yeah. I've gotten better though.
Yeah. Just a lesson to start with the cheap toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main line.
Not to mention he was a knockoff, so
Oh, there you go.
small loss. What do you guys got coming?
Oh, you probably didn't hear because of the lag.
Uh,
I'm hoping to get Masterpiece Bumblebee, and I've got the Jetfire that I know I'm getting because I bought it.
right on.
And Darryl just keeps buying everything on his list himself.
There are
Yeah,
still there are still toys available at Value Village in the city somewhere for me to hit. So I will grab them all.
Still children to make cry.
Yeah. No, I do have a brainstorm as well on my BBTS list that I want to ship, and I really want that armor set for the evasion mode Optimus Prime. I'm gonna get that, the DX9 one. So yeah, I'm gonna get that. And off the top of my head though, there's not a lot of other things that I really want right away, but I'll probably get a couple other things, but really just a couple pieces. I like going to the conventions and getting them there. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't make it too many conventions, so it's like BBTS, HLJ.
Yeah.
I just rack up.
Yeah. Right on. All right.
Well, guess, do you have any comments on the, like, not particularly this show because this one is horrible, but the normal show? Any comments, suggestions? What do you think about having like the live chat and everything?
You know what? This is actually all right. I'm more comfortable than I thought it would be. But yeah, I really enjoy the show. There's not much I would add. I mean, I did the survey,
Mm-hmm.
and usually like when I'm asked a question like that, well, what would you add or whatever, I just whatever comes off the top of my head because I really didn't have anything to add. But I did one suggestion I had was to do like a spotlight of non-transformer robots. You know what I mean?
Like a Voltron or
right, like
Power
like
Rangers
a
or stuff
spotlight
like that.
per episode.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many out there. They're really cool. Like the Mospita, the right armors. Those are great.
Okay.
The Megazone 2-3. You got the Garlands. Those are awesome.
I'm not sure how familiar a lot of us are with some of those other franchises, but
Yeah.
It is a way to get people familiar with them. Yeah.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Cool. Well, right on.
So yeah, it was a weak suggestion, but whatever, right?
No, I mean, it's not Transformers, so Yoshi will just pan it.
Oh
but-
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I said it because he's not here.
Yeah.
He can't hunt you down.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
Right on. We'll let you go, and we'll get somebody else on here, and we'll pass the love around a bit and see what else anyone else has to say. Okay.
excellent.
Cool.
Nice
Yeah,
talking,
well,
guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
See you later, bud.
See ya.
Okay.
There he goes. Cool. Oh, we didn't even congratulate him on winning the contest.
I forgot.
Congratulations for winning the Wulong's toys, and thanks
Yeah.
Dinobot Maximus for reminding us in the chat. He's-
Dinobot, he's on the ball, man.
yeah, we'll need to get Artie Blade back on after and have him show off what he made.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I've invited the Gabanteur, Gabe, into the show. Right. And let's see here.
Hey Tom, are you? We have a couple Toms in the audience. Which ones are you?
Uh,
All right. Ah. Doesn't really help me.
I think that's Tom Procia.
Proscia. Okay.
I think so.
Ah. Yeah, Dinobot Maximize. There are crickets. We are waiting for Gabe to answer. Oh. You want to send another invite out?
Sure, what the hell?
We can always mute people. I'm just happy this is a video show, so you have to edit it.
Oh, it's just going up like this. It's not even... I'm just... Yeah. Alright, Dinobot Maximize. I am sending one out to you.
Yeah. When you come on, remember to mute your the audio from the Hangout that you're watching now, or you'll hear the delay.
Oh, we're about to have two people on then.
Well, like I said, you can mute.
That's true.
Artie Blade, you were good.
Here comes Gabe. Gabe!
Hey, Gabe. Here. Turn off your radio. Yeah.
Wow, he's still in the RD Blade
Yeah.
section. So, Gabe, can you hear us live in the show?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome.
So you can turn down or mute the YouTube video, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I already have that
All
silent.
right.
Okay.
Thanks
How you
for
doing?
coming on.
Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you guys doing on this fine Sunday evening?
Good.
Good.
Is RD Blaze the one here? Yes, he is.
No,
I think-
he's already gone.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
So what are we doing now? We're just talking about.
Jeremy's got some questions.
No, we're trying to we're like asking people what they want for like what they're expecting to get for Christmas. What do you want? And then if
Yeah.
we're just trying to learn more about our audience and kill time.
So, okay, I'm gonna show off one quick thing here.
All right.
My roommate bought me this.
Whoa.
That's the leader
Oh, nice.
Grimlock.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah, it was really cheap on Amazon. It's like, oh, hey, here you go. Yeah. As far as looking forward to stuff, I have the microblaze. I forgot what it's called, but they made a Voyager scale onslaught for the Fall Cybertron guys.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got that on pre-order, but it hasn't come yet. So I'm looking forward to that.
I want that too. It looks really good.
And I guess another thing I would actually I have two more things. One thing is through some forum chats on TFW last night, someone found probably a mistaken listing on Amazon. A seller was selling a masterpiece Bumblebee for $9.99. That's
What?
$10.
Wow.
With $3 shipping. So probably a mistake, but a bunch of us did got in on it, and we'll see if it actually ships or if it's end up being canceled.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to cancel it. Either that or you're just all going to get boxes with nothing in them.
I was thinking like maybe like a knockoff from China or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hopefully it's at least a knockoff.
Yeah. That's
And
a good
yeah, talk about that. Last thing I want to share, I did send something to. I don't know if Charles had told you guys yet, but I did send something to Charles. And
Is that the ornaments?
Yes.
Yeah, he told us about it, but he's in Germany right now, so we're not gonna get it till after Christmas.
Okay. Oh, sad.
Yeah, but thanks for sending them. That's cool.
Yeah. So those are in the mail for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Charles already got them.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
he did. He sent us an email. Yeah, he got called into Germany last minute today, so he had to fly out this morning. So he sent us this picture. He said had the box with all the ornaments in it. He said I didn't even have time to send them, guys. I had to go to Germany today, but they're here. So they'll go out after Christmas. Sorry.
On a last minute notice, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of the most important guy at the company. They have to ship him around the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if he also showed you the postcard I sent.
I don't think he
No,
sent
I
a
don't think
picture of
so.
that.
No.
Anyways, I know other people are wanting to come in, but I just want to share a quick photo I found on TFW. There's a picture of someone who already got the Combiner Wars figures.
Wow.
You look at the possibility, it's pretty good, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get them when they are, can be found in the States.
Yeah.
That looks very good.
Obviously, they're using two of the same for the feet, right? So.
Yeah, because first wave you had to put a Zepcon in there.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. All right, I'm gonna put that link in the chat too.
Yeah, that looks good. Right on. Yeah, they're starting to show up, which is cool.
Yeah. Have
Right
they shown
on.
in Canada yet?
Not yet. No.
They'll
Okay.
get it next year.
We'll miss it all together, and they'll show up in our discount bins and at next Christmas.
Right. Or on Boxing Day next year.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah.
So, do you have any comments on our shows or any suggestions? Some stuff you'd like to see?
Stuff I would like to see.
More of me and less Yoshi.
Um, maybe like the other guys. I myself am a toy guy, so maybe like
Nice.
besides Darryl yourself, maybe other people can talk about toys a little bit more. I don't know.
We
That's
already
just-
spend about half the show on toys.
I mean, like, yeah, that's true, I guess, yeah. But like,
I'm trying, man. It's a battle every freaking week. It's a battle to talk more toys. I try desperately.
I understand that people love the comics. I don't know. I haven't followed them that closely myself. Yeah.
I think we're trying to balance the toy section versus the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Because right now the toy section is probably between third to half of the show, depending on the week.
Yeah. Yeah. But
It's going to get really, really when the new TV show comes out, we're going to have to look at how much time we spend on everything. Because I imagine we're going to want to at least talk about the first few episodes of the new show.
right. Yeah. I think you guys have been doing a pretty good job being able to like book like special guests and stuff. I don't know where you guys get your relations like
Twitter.
like with other guests, but yeah.
We talk to them on Twitter and we ask them and they say sure we'll come on and
Sexual favors.
Oh,
we don't
okay.
talk about that.
Yoshi's pretty good at it. He's not here. He's not here. I'm gonna
This is
throw
being
him
recorded,
under
right?
every bus. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys are doing pretty well. So I don't think I have too much that I would want other than what you guys are doing now. So yeah, keep up the great work.
All right, well thanks.
Thanks, man.
I
Yeah.
think we'll get let you go so we can get Dinobot Maximize on.
Dinobots, see
Yeah.
if he's kicking around.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Gabe.
Okay. Have a good
Thanks.
night.
You too. Bye. Well, he was nice.
Yeah. I think everyone that listens to our show is nice.
Yeah.
And I don't think Yoshi actually listens to the show afterwards, so my
I doubt
statement's
it,
still
yeah.
true. Although, frankly, I don't listen to the shows I edit after I'm done because I'm sick of hearing it.
No, I don't blame you. Here he is.
It's like, oh, my mouse is freaking out. I'm going to mute myself real quick, so just
All right.
go ahead and talk.
Hello, Dinobot.
Bye week Grana, week Ninny Bone.
Hey. Did you want to mute the audio coming from the YouTube video?
That's sorry.
That's okay.
Now it is. Sorry about
There we
that.
go.
I thought I already had.
It's okay. How you doing?
I'm all right now. Me and my kids have been sick the last few days, but I'm starting to finally get over it.
Oh, okay.
It's the time of year for that to go around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what's sad is it's probably going to keep going around because I think my wife's starting to catch it, and I'm gonna I can start. One of them will get it again, and just do the circle again.
Oh.
Well, you can't catch the same cold twice, so should be okay.
Who knows?
So what kind of stuff are you hoping to get this year for Christmas? If somebody is nice enough to buy you Transformers for Christmas.
Honestly, I know I'm probably not getting any Transformers from any family members or anything.
Oh, that's the saddest thing I've heard
Well,
all day.
It's the fact that I know my wife knows I'm into it, and she's on the side. I ain't buying you what you want. I'm buying you what I want to get you. She's done bought some stuff. I don't know what she's bought, but I do know that more than likely I'll get some like money from like family and stuff. So I'll probably end up just buying some with that.
Yeah.
I'm like you, Darryl. I kind of want to get that armor for Evasion Mode Prime.
Yeah.
More specifically, the chromed out one.
Yep.
That's the one.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got that set too. I've got the
I picked it up this last week or so.
Yeah.
But I got that, and as I told you up on Twitter, I actually got my Brainstorm ordered through HasbroToys.com, and it's actually on its way already.
That's cool.
I only paid $16 for it, and that's with shipping. It was only like $1 for shipping.
Wow. I wish it was that cheap to ship it to Canada.
I was happy with it because when I first looked at it, I was like, well, $5 is $5, and I bet it's going to come right back with ship. And they said only like $1.05 for shipping. I was like, sweet.
Yeah. Wow. Cool.
But I'm kind of happy to report now because it just ended on Auction Block. That's on one of my Facebook groups. Just ended that I had bid on. I actually bid on 2 items on there. I bid on Skybite, the Generation Skybite that just come out. I'm paying $16 for him. And from the same person, I'm also getting both these guys are mint in box. I'm also getting the animated leader class Megatron.
Oh, cool.
Big leader. I'm only paying $25 for him, so I don't know how much the shipping combined and stuff's going to be for those just yet. Because like I said, it just ended like within the last 30 minutes.
Cool.
Right
I
on.
think I got a pretty good deal with those. I did want to show this off to you guys too.
All right.
Well, besides that, you guys were talking about them. I actually picked mine up this week as well.
Nice. Good toy. Yeah.
So, yes. Have either one of y'all looked on repo labels and seen the set for him on there yet?
Oh, they've got
I
it.
haven't
Yeah.
looked.
Yeah. They've got one.
From what I've seen on it, it's actually supposed to cover up these gaps on the side of his forearms.
Yeah, I think so.
Cover that and leave the hole there for the the gun and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was showing. Here's mine. It's still in the box. It's a Christmas present. So.
The other thing, we were talking about the Orion packs mold and stuff, and I recently just put the repo labels onto my Orion packs figure, which
cool.
it gives him some chrome bits for his fins, gives him a little bit on his front, his bumpers and stuff for his vehicle mode, and gives him a little bit of highlight, and more in vehicle mode than it is for robot form. Like, got those on the front end of his hood and stuff like that, but still not too bad for him.
Cool. Well, do you have any tips or anything for our show, for our podcast, to make it better?
I like it the way it is. I honestly do. I mean, I love y'all's basically camaraderie that you guys have. The way you guys work together works really well. I do wish you guys could push it a little bit longer, but
No,
3
hours
hours
is 3
3
hours.
hours.
It's editing the shows, especially the long ones, it just takes forever. So
Like when Charles had the John Paul and that on there.
79.
I felt so sorry for him on that episode.
Yeah, but it was so hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that
pretty
was
funny.
too. I literally had to stop like every 10 minutes to stop myself from laughing to keep from missing too much.
Uh-huh. Right on. All right. Well, thank you very much, Dinobot Maximize, for coming on and sharing a little bit with us. We'll let you go now and join the rest of the group there. But, yeah, thanks again. And, yeah.
But if I can say one last thing before I go.
Not a chance, no.
Alcades and myself, you guys have spoken to this about us doing our own little show where we've gotten together on Saturdays and Friday nights. And Darryl, you've joined us, a couple times, and you guys are always welcome. I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to do a show, but it's just fun to hang out. I mean, it is.
Yeah. No, it's been good. I've come on, like you said, a couple times. So yeah,
I'd like to. It's been crazy with the baby and everything. So maybe after the new year, I'll be able to.
I understand totally.
Right on. All right. Well, thank you again, and we'll get on to somebody else and what they want for Christmas.
Thanks again, guys. Keep up the good work.
Thank
Alright,
you.
Cool. Thanks.
Bye. Oh, and look who it is. Who's this guy? It's a Protoman.
Wild Protoman appears.
Wow. Welcome.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. One moment.
What a background there.
It's give you a quick tour.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Every G1 toy, Japan, UK, otherwise G2, Beast Wars, and RID. Then behind me is Armada, Energon, Superlink, blah 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 blah, and then turn around. Every movie toy ever made, every this ever made.
Wow.
Oh
Anyway.
my lord.
It's wall to wall to wall.
Holy cow,
That's
dude.
crazy.
It's sick.
Wow.
All right. One sec.
Nice. So, how you doing?
Good.
That's good. I hear you guys are working on some shows, some new shows.
I am. Which one?
You tweeted something about doing a new show in a new location or something like that.
In Montreal, you mean?
Oh, were you? Okay.
Oh, I don't know, because there's multiple shows I do. Like the thing is with TFCon, one of the primary reasons I'm on staff, despite the fact that I'm really big with Transformers and stuff, is because I do a lot of conventions all over Eastern Canada.
Okay.
And in my home of Montreal, I pretty much run all the conventions. And this might have been the one that you saw me tweet, maybe, I don't know. That's one of my Montreal local ones, Retro
Okay.
Expo, whatever.
I love the logo.
Yeah, well, actually, a friend of mine did that because he likes superpowers. So
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a parody of that." So
Nice.
but that's one of my shows that I run, and like it might have been that you saw, because when it partakes to TFCon, hold on a second. Sorry, I'm looking at my other computer here.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
How the hell do I? Logo. I got bugged like crazy on a Sunday night. Every time I open, Facebook is the worst thing for me to open because it has that instant message system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, on Skype, I'm very careful about who I have on Skype because that's where you're going to get bugged like crazy. And I like to stay on Skype constantly, but Facebook, I log in for 5 seconds to check something, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom,
Oh,
boom.
you can turn that off.
Yeah, but I'm worried that there might be actually something important in all of that.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
my mom, or something,
Moms
Yeah, I mean,
have just figured out Facebook, so.
I wish
Well,
that
my
you,
mom lives on Facebook. That's the difference. And
I think
me,
they
I'm
all
not
do.
a phone kind of person. So, like, I always tell her, you want to contact me, you have a better chance with Facebook.
yeah, they need to have an option to be invisible except for people you specify.
I wish. Oh my God. Yeah, that I wish that I could do like I don't want to say a block list, but like an invisible list. Because I know MSN used to have that, and I used to use that like crazy. And when I got Skype, it wasn't so much good for that. Not to mention when people talk, they're like, "What do you mean Protoman's online? He's online on my list." It's like, fuck. That's why on Twitter I don't follow nobody. I don't want none of that fucking drama.
Yeah.
Why did you follow me? And I'm like, no, I follow these 13 people, and that's it. And I don't follow anymore. That's it.
Well, your page gets really nasty. Like it gets really.
Well, that's what I
convoluted.
like about it too, is that my feed is like, I can not look at it for 3 days and go back to it and still scroll and catch up with everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a person that like lives on their phone either.
Yeah.
So I don't really.
So
That's right.
how's the planning for TF cons? I guess you can say cons now going.
Well, right now the only thing that we're really discussing is just exclusives and stuff in the custom class, because regardless of what happens location-wise or whatever, we need to get that out of the way like now,
Yeah.
because exclusives have to go to factories and get planned and everything, and
Sure.
a whole other animal, that one.
So what's the exclusive?
Ah,
Ah,
we'll see.
no.
Even the custom class, it's well. Right now, I'll be honest with you, we're still in discussion of stuff. Even the custom class one, the custom class, what we do with that one is we get a case of toys sent to us by Hasbro, and usually whatever that case is, then we decide what the custom class figure will be, and even then we're still we're still deliberating that one.
And you guys are limited to a certain amount of molds, right? You can't use any of the new stuff.
Well, to give you an example, we got God, what was last year's? I don't even remember.
Oh shit! I don't do them, but
I always write the fiction for it. Oh, it was we got a case of Generations, and it was the case that had Trail Cutter, whatever that wave was, Trail Cutter,
Orion Pax,
yeah,
Megatron, and Bumblebee.
And so what Hasbro is able to do is they give us what are called dual cases, which they usually have. Instead of it being a case of 4 different characters like normal retail would have, we get 2, and we get 60 of them. So what we do is usually like we get. So I think it was the Bumblebee mold and Trail Cutter, and then we just kind of look at them and go, well, what character could we do from that? And the other one that we don't like, we then put in the charity. We put like all of those in the charity auction or give them as door prizes.
Okay,
that's cool.
Or we keep them for next year for the next custom class, which sometimes happens.
Mm-hmm.
I know we did that because that year that we had, I think it was the Universe 2.0, which was the first wave was Sunstreaker, Prowl, and Tankor, which was the Octane. Mm-hmm. I remember that one. We gave away all the Tankor and Octanes, and then we used the other 2 for the following 2 years for custom class for TFCon.
Okay.
Cool.
Way to save money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we make money technically from it.
Well, I guess some time has passed since TFCon Chicago. What was your from the TFCon perspective? How'd y'all like? Do you declare it a success or?
Well, let's put it this way: it was so successful that I don't know if
I was there, and one of our other hosts, Charles, who's not here tonight.
Yeah, like I was saying it last time at the Hangout. I don't know if anyone remembered, but I was saying how it was so successful that a lot of the regulars in Toronto got worried, like regular attendees got worried because they thought that we put all our eggs into Chicago. That's what they thought. They thought like, oh my God, why was Chicago? Because they heard everything, and I do agree with them, because if you went to both, you would have been like, whoa, why was Chicago so big?
Mm-hmm.
And it really wasn't even planned by us to be big. It was more the turnout, which we have no control over,
Right.
Yeah.
If 5 people show up,
you put a convention in the central part of the U.S. and people can show up.
Well, that's just it. That's what I had to explain to Torontonians, because they were like, oh my God, why was the attendance so big? Well, why, they thought that we did something that made it that big. And then I told them, no, bro, you have to understand, like, you go to Toronto and you go 6 hours north, it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You go 6 hours west of Toronto, it's Manitoba. No one wants to be there. It's nothing also. You go 6 hours south, you hit the border. That's a problem. Yeah. You go 6 hours east, I mean, hey, you got me, but then it's all Frenchville, and no one gives a shit about that either.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like Charles and I drove, we're like 9 hours from Chicago, and,
Well, that's just it. Like, even for me, it was an 11-hour drive. So, but when you get into Chicago, and then if you do the same thing, or if you go 6 hours north, east, west, or south, you're hitting all this dense populated United States towns.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it's also really easy to fly into Chicago.
Well, there you go. So it was a no-brainer that it would have such a huge turnout. Like, I mean, and it was an insane turnout. Like, I think 3 times more than any TFCon we've ever had. You know, like
Wow.
3 times more attendance. I think the final numbers were 9,000 people or something.
Wow.
You know, so like it was a lot. Again, it was a lot, and like people were complaining, like, oh, why did you guys have so much more guests? Look, when you're in Canada, it's a lot cheaper to, you know, fly in guests within the United States than it is to fly them to Canada. You know,
Right.
it's the only one that would have been expensive one way or another was James Roberts, because he's coming from Gurney, Europe. You know, like just like a small little island south of France. You know, he's the only one that it really didn't make a difference where we are. But everyone else, to fly any of those IDW guys out,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, it's hella cheaper. Same
You
thing.
don't have to
Dan
deal with
Gilbazon, who
passport
lives in
issues.
Dan Gilbazon, who lives in the West Coast. You know, you have to understand. I do every BotCon. To fly out from Montreal, Canada, to say like Pasadena, is always $500 to $700.
Mhm.
If I fly out from Buffalo, which is just south of Montreal, but now I cross the border, now it's $200. You know,
Yeah.
you're talking a 30-minute drive and like a $500 difference in a plane flight. So,
Right.
I mean, that people were like, "Oh, why do you have more guests?" It's not that we had more guests. It's every year we have the same budget. It's just now that we're in the States, it's cheaper to fly in guests. That's it. You know, if it's cheaper to fly in guests, it's cheaper to fly in guests. If now, instead of the cost to fly in one guy could bring us 3 guys, we're going to do it. You know, only makes sense. Like we literally, like the IDW guys, we had every guy from IDW except Alex Milne and
John Barber.
Nick Roche. Like literally, like almost everyone else was there.
Well, John Barber works for IDW directly.
Yeah, well,
so...
but I'm saying more from creative.
Oh, right.
You know, like I mean that's why I didn't mention like Simon Furman, because he's kind of not part of creative anymore. He pops in
Right.
once in a while. But like we had both colorists were there. We had one of the artists. I mean, Alex was going to come, but then, you know, the problem with Alex is he currently has border issues, which is because he did a C2E2 not too long ago, and when he crossed the border, they asked him, because he's from Toronto, he was going to Chicago, and when he crossed the border, they asked him, what are you going to Chicago for? And he said, oh, I'm an artist, I'm going there to sell. And right away, that was a big no-no by him. You know, like you're a Canadian going to the States saying you're going there to make money. So right away, they're like, oh, well, what are you selling? He's like, oh, I'm an artist, right? And so they put him on the blacklist right away. The second time he went, like he already got, like, you know, they put him on a blacklist, but they let him through. Then the second time he went, they asked him, well, what are you going down for? And then he said, oh, I'm just going to a convention. But because he was on that blacklist, they didn't trust him, even though he said that at the border. And they could be very, like, you know, 50 questions. So they're like, oh, pull over, we're going to check your car. And they checked his car. Tons of prints, tons of this, tons of that. He got busted. So they sent him back, and then you can't come back for like 6 months or something. Like and even if he comes back 6 months later, they're going to give him shit at the border. Like, now what is he going to say? You know, so it's
FedEx all his stuff ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what TFCon, the main reason why we did Chicago, among many other things, was because we knew a lot of people that were there, that lived there. And so, like, literally, all the exclusives, everything was shipped by crates to people's houses.
Yeah.
You know,
that's cool.
because how do you cross the border with 500 exclusives? What are you going to the States for? Shopping. And then you have this, like, skit of shafters, you know, or whatever. So it's like, how do you explain that? So we had to ship it, everything, and that's the main reason why it's so difficult to do what we're doing, and at the same time, like, why BotCon has never done, say, like a BotCon Canada, because it would be the same flip side problem for them if they
Right.
tried to come to us, is because you have to deal with the border. And imagine I go to the border, and that border crossing guy is just having a bad day. He's not feeling it. He could just turn to me and say, go back, you know? And what could I say? Then I'm screwed. Not
It
coming to the
doesn't
show
really
now.
matter if it's the Canadian border guys or the American border guys. They're all the same.
Yeah, you know what, they say that there's differences, but really they're both asking the same thing. And especially after what happened with September 11th, it used to be, oh, who's coming from Canada that's going to be a problem? Well, September 11th happened, and they supposedly came from Canada, those guys. So, you know, now it's, you don't know. You don't know. So it used to be, you had to worry about those Americans coming north. Now it's
Right.
now it doesn't matter anymore. Now it could be anything. It could be the other way around. I mean, luckily for me, we have a guy on staff, CJ, who looks Muslim. He's not Muslim. He's not even brown. He's not even a brown guy, but he looks it. He has a tan. He has the facial hair. If he had a turban on, you'd believe it. And it was funny because just before we left for Chicago, I remember something happened in the States. I forget what it was. There was a shooting or something. What was it? My God, something happened around that time. I remember.
There was that it was in the Canadian military. He was shot.
Yeah, that's right. Something happened, and so right away we're like, oh shit, CJ, and we almost wanted to have him in a separate car because we were so worried that if it's 5 of us in there and the guy goes, well, who the fuck's this guy? And they'll profile, they will.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, no, I'm sending you all back, and then there goes 50% of staff can't show up to the show.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, and that's why there's a big risk with doing that. There's a big risk with the border because imagine Colin, the guy who's the head dude of the show. Imagine they send him back for whatever reason. Hey,
Yeah.
Protoman, you got to carry the show now. So it wouldn't be too hard, but at the same time, it's like, hey, I have to handle all the money and everything now.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a risk. It's always a risk, but I mean, we still want to come back. It was so successful that for sure we want to come back, but BotCon really, really put a wrench in things right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would. I always tell people, it would have been a 100% yes if not for BotCon. Now it's more like we'll get back to you answer.
Check out
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. We got good convention centers.
It's just like I said. It's Chicago was chose because of a lot of very specific reasons. There was a lot of a very lot of specific reasons.
Well, I've got to tell you, the location that y'all were in was a lot better than the location that BotCon looks like they're going to be in.
Well, Colin, when Pete Sinclair showed up handing out the flyers from BotCon, and Colin looked at the flyer and said, he chuckled and he turned to staff and he's like, "This is the location that I went to and I rejected." So that says a lot. I mean, if that's a place that we went to and we said, no, this isn't good enough for our show, but it's good enough for BotCon, that worries me. And let's put it this way. The indication of that more so that worries me, and I'm going to still do BotCon, and that's what worries me, is because I'm worried that means that BotCon's going to suck that year. Because last BotCon was in Pasadena, the best fucking location for BotCon, and it was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And because, well, to give you an example, normally in that location in Pasadena, the deal room is this big place. It's this big place in a convention center. And then you have next to it what is the panel room that's used for panels and everything. That year, the dealer room was in the panel room, which is like, are you serious? The dealer room is now in the panel room. Just to give you an idea of how it went,
Wow.
Yeah.
So if it was somewhere that wasn't good enough for us, what does that say about them and what they have planned? Which worries me, because I pay to go every year, and it's I like to have. I don't expect a 5-star experience. I like to have a 3-star experience at least, and it's like some years really haven't been that. Because there used to be 5-star experiences. 2011 was like that. 2009 was like that. 2013 was fun because a whole fresh group of friends came with that. It was like, oh, this is my only BotCon. I'll make it the best. And we had so much fun that wasn't BotCon related. But, I mean, I've been doing it since 2001. And I really hope it's good, though. But, I mean, that location's crap.
Let's change gears a little bit. The toys that came out for Transformers Prime are some of the best toy from a show related that I've seen in a little while. What do you think about the toys that are coming out for the new show, RID?
Well, the first problem is that a lot of people, they look at the RID toys and they're quick to judge them, but the thing is that when Transformers Prime came out, you have to remember who was on staff at Hasbro at the time. Aaron Archer was still part of Hasbro. He was still part of the design team. So was Eric Siebeneller, Michael Brawley. Like, I mean, some of these people, the names might like just fly over your head, but they were guys that had a lot more. I like to call it, we're willing to lose a little money if this really gets our vision through, kind of guys. They got all fired or quit. And when they all got fired and quit, I remember it was BotCon 2013. That was when they hit the reboot button, and here's the whole new staff now. And the whole new staff of guys were fresh out of like design school, a lot of really young guys. And I mean like you're talking to them and you're like, holy shit, this guy's 21, you know, like, or 22. Yeah. Like, they're younger than me, you know, and it's like you where you're used to Aaron Archers and all these other guys who were in their 40s, 50s, some of them. So it was a whole new fresh crew, and you get this kind of like Hasbro CEO head-ups and investors going, make this cheaper, make this simpler, and these new young guys fresh out of school who are now in charge of the brand going like, okay, yes man kind of thing. So long story short, the reason why the toys are like that, this warrior scale that's kind of like a deluxe meets a basic in between, that's all the evolution of the modern product today. It's just them going like, well, we have to keep our main line, and it is the main line, we have to keep our main line full, but yet simple. Because you want the main line to be the most dominant thing when you go to a Toys R Us. They want it to be like a TF4 shelving. And I mean, just think of TF4, like Age of Extinction, and how very little product there is. Like, when you really think about it compared to previous movies. There really isn't a lot out there. But yet there's a lot there, though. There's still a big shelving of it. So, I mean, I think it's just them going like, we have to keep the product simple. We have to keep it affordable. So simple in terms of engineering, so it doesn't cost a lot to make it. And since it doesn't cost a lot to make it, not really relying on repaints too much as they used to get the engineering costs back and I call it the mileage of the mold. Just to keep costs down because there's a lot less pieces. If it's a more simple transformation like these little dudes here, you know, I mean, you break it down, then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Where, I mean, some Generations toys and a lot of the old movie toys had like billions of parts in them. Same thing. Transformers Prime had a lot of movie in it, which is a lot of complexity in parts, and they want to go the opposite direction. That they want to have simplicity. That's why, again, you look at Age of Extinction. You look at how a lot of those toys are very simple. Not to mention there's a whole subline of Age of Extinction that is simplicity itself for those characters. Not to mention the one-step Transformers and everything. You look at... you don't even have to look at Transformers. You look at what's new that's coming out from other Hasbro lines, like the Marvel stuff and everything, how they used to have 6-inch figures that were very articulated. Now they have the more simple ones. It's just the way that Hasbro's going right now, and the way that the brand
it's a cycle. It'll once these
I don't
guys...
so much think. I don't really think it's a cycle. It's oil costs are more expensive. The market is different. China is not a cheap place to make toys anymore. A lot of Hasbro product, if you actually read the back, they're made in Vietnam now. Bot Shots was an example of that. Where is? Let me check the rescue bots. One moment.
Some of them are made in Malaysia.
Yes, some of them are still made in China, but in general, a lot of them are being made elsewhere because China's not a cheap place to make stuff anymore. So because it's not cheaper anymore, the product has to be more simple. You know, you can't just turn around and, I mean, there used to be a time where deluxes were $12.99. Those days are over.
Yeah.
You know, that Hasbro wants to be, and that's because rising prices of oil, paint costs, everything. I mean, man, some of the Generations toys are really small now for deluxe scale. Like the Tankor is really small. Scoop that just came out, Rat Trap, that whole wave in general. Granted, those characters by design are small, but they're coincidentally also very small for what they are. If you put them next to, like if you take Rat Trap, yes, he's supposed to be a small character, but he's a deluxe price point, and you put him next to, like, say, a Generation Starscream, or I'm just looking at some of the others that came out, the Cup and Springer and everything, and, well, not Springer, Drift, they're a lot smaller. Yeah. You know, it's just, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. A lot has changed, and it's totally a reflection of that. Even the Voyagers are smaller too. The recent Whirl and Roadbuster, as great as they are, they're great toys. But if you look at what Voyagers were in terms of a scale and how much plastic they came with, a lot has changed. Even both came with sticker sheets, just so they didn't have to pay for tampographs. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, people thought, oh, it's so old school vintage. No, that's just really an easier way to do things. Tampograph's a lot more expensive. You have to build machines to do that. Making a sticker sheet is not hard at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have any thoughts or concerns on the Combiner Wars stuff?
Well, the thing is that Hasbro looks at the Combiner Wars as more of an adult market, and that's why, as much as it seems like it's a big thing, this Combiner War coming out, there really isn't a lot coming out of it. I mean, we're probably going to get Superion and Menasor and then this and that, and then that's probably going to keep us busy for 6 months. You know what I mean? Like where something like RID 2.0, as I call it, there's going to be your Legend scale, your Titan scale, which is like those big oversized figures there. They're called Titan class.
Ones that don't transform.
That don't transform. Then they have their one-step scale, and then they have their push transform scale. And there's a difference in that. Is the one-step scale is the ones that are big that transform, and the push button ones are the ones that are Legend scale that transform. So there's going to be a lot more product coming out of RID than Generations. So because there's a lot more product, they could put that cost-cutting focus on the RID, which is the TV series and everything. You know, so that also helps move the product because there's a TV series and kids will go out and buy it, which is, again, very important. Where, I mean, I always hear people argue it with me, but the truth of the matter is not a lot of kids are the ones picking up those Generation stuff. It's not the case. Yeah, I'm going to have a guy that's going to be like, yeah, but my, little nephew really likes, that drift figure. Yeah, that's great, but that's not the majority. That's a minority, and it's probably because he saw you, the uncle, buying something of that similar red card back.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like the majority of product that moves, I always say, just go to DeviantArt. Whenever a new series comes out, look at all the 14-year-olds drawing up a storm. Where like Combiner War stuff, like we're gonna have a whole new Superion. There's not gonna be a feverish love for Superion out of nowhere and all those aerial bots. It's just going to be the hardcore collectors, the ones who didn't already get a fans project this or a third party that of it. So it's going to be different. And I know Hasbro, in the case of RID 2.0, you might get one repaint out of a mold. With Combiner Wars, they're going to probably repaint those limbs 2-3 times. We're going to see it again at BotCon, maybe a club exclusive. They get a lot more mileage out of those bigger, more expensive ones. They use those now. Like, we don't really get mainline for BotCon stuff unless it's like 1 or 2 figures. Like, I think, let's see, the new set. Where are you? Yeah, again, they used the Scorponok mold, which was old as shit, from Energon,
I think
and then
most recent ones were some of the Prime First Edition figures, like the
because
Starscream.
the box set was 3 Generations toys or classics, whatever you want to call it, 1 Energon toy, and then they used 1 Prime toy that was kind of like, okay, that works for Red Alert, Yeah,
but I mean, in some of the other club toys, they did the Slipstream repaint or remold of Starscream.
Yeah, I'm looking at
and then they did the Protoform X.
The subscription's a little different. The subscription's kind of like all over the place. That's more like let's give them some molds they didn't get. Because I mean, like, if you look at the subscription service, we got 3 molds that we didn't even get stateside. One that was kind of homage to an online game that never happened, and it's all weird stuff. It's hard to peg, but with them, when they do the subscription service stuff and the BotCon exclusives, because they really are, when you think about them, they're $70 deluxes. When you kind of break it down separately, especially with BotCon stuff, you got to make sure they're giving you a $70 full size deluxe and not a warrior scale.
Right.
I mean, someone even made a joke when they were doing the Machine Wars year they were saying how the only way they'll be able to pull that off was if they used all power core combiners. Because when you really thought about, you have all these jets from power core combiner, and you have these, you actually had something that was a truck. You actually had something that was a Formula One car. So you could have done the entire Machine Wars wave with power core combiners. But then Hasbro said they would never use something of that small scale to justify a BotCon purchase. So that right away said that was 2013, the year when they had the new staff. So clearly it's more a money thing more than anything. Where I think in Aaron Archer year, they might have done differently.
Yeah.
But Aaron Archer, that's kind of the reason why he got given the can, aside from the fact that he did quit, though, but it's because there was more of a passion behind it.
Mm-hmm.
There was more like, well, we might be losing a little money, but at least the toy will be good, For them, there's less of a concern about that now.
Mm-hmm.
Now stuff is designed with the fact of having less paint, so we don't even know what's missing. Like something like Strong Arm, the new female character, for all we know, she might have been designed in a way that favored less paint to begin with, so we don't know what's missing because she was never designed to have more to begin with.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, we've been asking the people we've got on our show here what they've been looking forward to getting, hopefully for Christmas. Do you have anything you're hoping to get?
Every day of my life is Christmas. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna get zero for Christmas. I even tell my friends in real life, I'm like, don't buy me anything. Don't buy me that. Every day of my life is a mysterious package in the mail I open up because I forget what I order.
Yeah.
So it really becomes Christmas, where I'm just opening up a box and I don't know what's in it. But if I'm looking, I'm just trying to think. I'm looking at my shelf and thinking, what don't I have yet?
Maybe what's coming out that you're really looking for?
I didn't get the new B yet, the new Masterpiece B. I'll pick him up at my next show or whatever that I go to. I like to pick them up in person, and because they're usually cheaper. My logic always is never pre-order most Masterpiece stuff because it does become cheaper. Masterpiece toys, especially with these car ones recently, the Datsuns, the Lamborghinis, they come out and they're at a peak price, and then a couple of weeks they go, and then they stay at that for a bit, and then they're going to go up again. And then on top of that, because of the bootlegs that constantly come out, that are like A1 quality, I've actually messed with some of them and compared them with my real ones, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Because of that, too, that hurts the market. So a lot of times the guys who are selling the real ones, they lower their price to compete. Because a lot of guys are willing, and I'm telling you, I recently messed with the Red Alert bootleg. A friend of mine picked them up for $40, and I have the real one, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, shit, you can't tell the difference. You know what I mean?
It's like a minor paint mistake.
Yeah, it's like the Autobot logo might be a little off kilter or something, but I mean, and it gets to that point that if all those Lamborghinis when they first came out, they were $70 to $90, and then they kind of tapered down to $60. But when people are selling them for $40, there's a fight to get your dollar. I know that I bought my Wheeljack from TFCon Chicago. That was one of my purchases, because I waited. When he first came out, he was $90.
Did you get on that $65 one?
60 from Toy Jojo on the wall. The guys who were selling the not the Columpios, whatever our other exclusive was there, the Scoria.
Okay.
They had a whole bunch of them at $60. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I was just like,
mine in a room. Someone was selling for $65.
There you go. Well, that's just it.
Like
And now you have to think, that guy, what did he buy it for to make his profit? So that gives you an idea. Like I'm always like that with Masterpiece, and like B right now, that's probably the one I'm looking at. Really digging Masterpiece. I'll be honest with you, it's like Classics right now exists to now do those obscure characters that'll probably never get a Masterpiece toy, where Masterpiece now that's the one where to get your 84, 85, 86 characters, where Masterpiece is probably never going to do, I mean, never say never, but probably never going to do in the near future Beast Wars, where I'd like Classics to kind of go, hey, let's do some Beast Wars, hey, let's, I mean, that Rhinox, perfect, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, how could you ask for a better Rhinox toy? Yeah, exactly, like, I mean, it's like, that's Masterpiece Rhinox.
It's like jumped right off the show.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I want more of that. I want them
I wonder,
looking at.
since probably a lot of these new Hasbro guys, Beast Wars might have been one of their first introductions to
Exactly.
the brand. That's
That's
where
why
they're,
that's why we're seeing a lot more of it.
yeah.
And not to mention classics, Henkei, whatever you want to call it, Generations, Universe 1.0, 2.0, they got their 84, 85 out of their system.
Right.
It's all there now, you know, and it's just on top of that, it's like, what do you need? You know, a lot of those, like the Prowl and everything, you don't need that in the face of the classic, the Masterpiece one now. I know a lot of guys are selling a lot of their classics collection because of what Masterpiece is doing right now.
Yeah.
Like who needs classics Bumblebee now? You know, like it's like unless you really like that mold for some weird reason, you know. But I mean, even the third-party stuff, it's like Masterpiece is really doing a freaking good job. Like even the Universe 2.0 Sideswipe and Sunstreaker, second they get around to like doing a Sunstreaker, that one's going to be pointless too, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've got the DX9 people are doing the Invisible, which is the Mirage, right?
Yeah.
And that thing looks amazing.
Oh, it does. And I'll tell you something. Even Aaron Archer said it. Every time the third-party guys do something, Hasbro notices.
Mm-hmm.
They notice. They take note. They everything. So, and in the case of Bumblebee, there was third-party Bumblebees before of a Masterpiece kind of attempt. There was, I forget what that one was called. Came in like a window box. It was pretty nice.
The one with the blue windows.
Yeah.
The BII.
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah,
and it
Toy
came with
World.
and it came with the spike also and everything, you know. Like, I don't think Hasbro's too scared of third party. I think that whenever someone makes something, they look at it and go, "Let's see how we could do better."
It's free market
And
research.
and Masterpiece especially because it's grounded in Japanese origins, meaning let's make the toy, worry about the price later. You know, there is no price point with Masterpiece. It's whatever it costs is what it costs. So that's why like the Datsuns will be a little cheaper than say the Lamborghinis, and the Lamborghinis will be a little cheaper than let's say you know at this point the Lancia, which is Wheeljack. Like there's no set price points. Neither one of them are classified under a deluxe or whatever. Whatever they cost is what they cost, and whatever gets imported here, whatever they cost is what they cost when they make a Masterpiece toys in Toys R Us. Like if a Prowl has to be $60 and a Sideswipe, if they ever do it, has to be $50. Whatever, it's because there's no rules with that. That's what leads to Masterpiece being really good. Mm-hmm. Where the problem with Generations, as much as I love it, there's a limit. There's only so much they can do. Because of they always having to go, well, it's a price point, and here's how much plastic we could use, and here's how much paint we could use. And so we always kind of like, I mean, the best example is looking at RC and Windblade and comparing them to the Japanese releases that are coming out, the Legends, whatever you want, Transformers Legends, and seeing how much of a paint difference there are between the two of them. Just because of how much the budget allows in America as opposed to Japan, where there's kind of, it's not that there's not a budget, it's just let's see how much we could really get done before it gets.
Priorities are different in Japan.
It's always like that. There's always, again, there is no price points in Japan. Like a good example, you could look as far back as Armada, and you'll have a whole bunch of deluxe toys, and then here's Hot Shot, and here's Hot Shot, and if like he got gutted when he was brought here in America, he actually had a light up gimmick in his fist in Japan. And they gutted that and they took that out because they thought, oh, you know, can't pull that off. You know, we have to put that on a deluxe card back and charge the same price. So a lot of little things. That's why Hotshot always gets a lot of guff for his weird shoulders and stuff, because people don't realize he had an electronic gimmick and everything that was totally lacking in America.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. That's a lot of info about the characters that we may not have known about. You're still doing the Canadian Slag, right?
We shot an episode like a month ago, but it's just Cybertron.ca's server is wonky, and it's just I don't know when the next episode's gonna. Like we shot one literally after Chicago, like that's how long ago it was, and it's just we've been so busy. The thing with like that's why I've been doing like so many other podcasts and stuff is just because I still have time to shoot them, but it's just our own server is so messed up, and we just don't have time to fix it. It's TFW's server. It's part of that, and that server is very old. And I mean, a lot of people don't realize like the vBulletin message board system on TFW has been updated since 2004.
Wow.
So, and they're scared to update it because they're worried everything just might mess up.
I've been there.
Yeah. So they don't want to even update it because they're worried that, oh man, like the whole structure of it is so custom right now that it could totally like, not crash, but collapse.
With our podcast website, I just spun up a whole new, like basically copied everything, do everything on the.
It functions on vBulletin?
Well, no, we're on WordPress.
Okay, WordPress. Well,
I mean, we don't have a forum or anything.
Yeah.
But I was just afraid of breaking stuff.
If you update it.
Yeah, so you do everything
it does happen.
You do everything on a duplicate site, and then hopefully when you actually do it in production, it works.
Yeah.
So it's like right now it's in limbo. It's like I have an episode fully edited, but it's in limbo right now, and it's a shame, but that's the reality. That's why I find other outlets to talk.
Yeah. Right on. Well, we're gonna close up for the night. It's you're in Eastern Standard Time with me, so it's 11:15. But we're gonna close up shop in a bit here. But I want to thank you, Protoman, for joining us here for a bit. And,
no problem.
We're in episode 2, and I think this is gonna be what 84.
Yeah. So get you in twice in the first 100 episodes here. So
it's sad when I think about it. I think Canadian Slag isn't even at 90 episodes, but us, it's because we do them so sparsely. The problem with having people that all like are super busy individuals and having them all line up in the same place.
Well, we share editing duties and stuff, and Darryl's pretty, getting us to get one out every week, regardless.
Well, not to mention, like I think with you guys too, if you look at the first episode of Canadian Slag, no one that's on there, with the exception of me, is there today.
Oh, like really?
A lot of the cast changed multiple times just due to people's schedules, and things change. People get out of the hobby, they get into the hobby. They got into the Bay hype, and then they realized, what was I doing?
Yeah.
Well, one of the guys in our chat room here, the RD Blade, says the episode you were on where we talked about hot rods, what got him listening to our podcast.
I was so stoked when this I know not a lot of people like Robo Mashers. By the way, the gun is from Springer because he didn't come with a gun, which pissed me off. That's the only reason why I bought Springer, was just for his gun. But man, this one is so sexy. It's based off of the Ox design, which is like amazing. Like that's the only time you'll see me buy those ugly things. Otherwise, but I keep it right on my desk because it's just so
cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And you gave us some serious information on him, that on Hot Rod, that episode that we're still.
Oh, I might know a thing or two.
Yeah, a bit. But yeah, no. Thank you again very much for joining us. And so if I don't talk to you before the holidays, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you're doing.
Whatever I do.
Yeah, whatever you guys do up there in Montreal.
I don't even have a tree up.
I don't know what you Frenchies do.
Same thing, just I'm lazy at it. So. Yeah.
Oh, that means I'm French.
I guess so.
Right on. All right. Well, thanks again, and we'll talk to you in a bit, bud.
No problem.
All right. Thanks.
Later.
All right. You want to get anyone else on?
We can quickly do Ronan. Let's see if we can get Ronan on.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Shit.
Look, no one fell asleep like Charles did during episode 2.
Yeah.
It's technically after episode 2, like 4 hours later, but. My dog is begging to leave the room.
You can let him out if you want.
No, my deal with my wife is during the podcast recordings, she can have either the baby or the dog, but not both.
Oh, okay.
So, I figure having the dog in here is a lot better than having the baby in here.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Maybe on the show.
Let me see.
He does not want me to pick him up. Don't know about Maximize. It was like way after the recording. We were all just, just talking, and it was like 2 a.m. and we heard someone snoring, and it was Charles.
Yeah.
So, he didn't fall asleep during the show. Yeah, he does not want me to pick him up. Okay.
All right, well, I tried to keep him under control. So.
Yeah, he did good. Yeah, good job.
Thanks, man.
I was impressed to find out how well attended TFCon Chicago was.
Yeah,
compared to
me
the
too.
others.
Me too. Those are big numbers, man. This dog is scratching.
No, he's sniffing.
Oh.
I tossed some. I have some treats that are really stinky, and they're the best kind for dogs. So he didn't see where I tossed them. Don't know about Maximize. You still want this G1 mug right here? This one. I got them at Rite Aid, and the store I had 4 of them, and one of them had a horribly damaged like cardboard thing it was in. So that's the one I kept, and I shipped the other guys the good ones. So, does it look like Ronan's gonna come? Or?
Yeah, he's coming now.
All right.
Hurry up, Ronan. See if I can figure out this guy. I have no instructions. But who needs instructions? Oh, here he is.
Hello.
Hey. There he is.
Audio working?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Perfect.
Cool. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
So, you have anything you're looking for Christmas?
Not looking forward to Christmas, but I should have NPB sometime this week.
Nice.
Oh, you shipped them, eh?
Yeah,
Good.
I got them shipped. Got it the day after pre-order, so.
I couldn't order them myself. I had to wait. So Some about him just doesn't look right to me, so I'm gonna wait until I see him in hand before I decide.
My only issues are the way the Autobot logo looks with the box around it in robot mode.
Oh.
The flip around Autobot symbol, yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm. You getting anything else?
Other side, some repro labels in the mail. Not much else coming in.
No.
No.
Okay.
No,
Right
just
on.
still enjoying this guy though.
Aha, yes.
Who's? Oh, is that the Mania King?
Mania
is
King,
Mania
their
King.
first release.
Nice.
So did you say you were going to get the labels for him?
That one there, I'm gonna get the labels for eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I think I'll do the same. Yeah. Right on. And do you have any suggestions for our show? Anything you'd like to see us do or change or anything like that?
Not that I can think of, no. No, I've been enjoying the last few episodes, the change-ups and all that. It's actually been enjoyable, so.
Cool. So we're perfect then.
Yep.
Cybertronian Beast 100% perfect, why not?
Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get on.
What?
What do you think? I was trying to read it as everyone was going on and we were talking to Protoman, but what did you think of the RID figures that are coming out?
Those ones there I'd rather wait till I see in person.
Okay.
The photos don't impress me, but they don't repulse me either.
Right.
I want to see
It's
it
just
in
hard to get a
3D, I
good
want to see it
sense
in
of the
person.
figure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right on. All right. We'll quickly we'll let you go back to sitting in your red room there. I don't know what's this about.
It's always dark in here.
Are you under some kind of heat lamp?
No, just old light bulb.
Right on. Well, we'll let you get back, and we'll see if we can get the last guy on here, Dog Cades, if he's still kicking. See if we can get him in here.
I'm half expecting him to just pop up from behind your little thing there. All right, thanks again coming on.
You're welcome, guys.
See you, man. Let's see here. Hopefully you can figure it out. Come on, James, get in here. There is somebody else in here, though. The Prime Matrix 1986.
Yeah, he said that he was just now checking us out.
A newbie.
I'm going to start recommending people listen to episode 79 first. That's what I promoted on the Underbase.
What a horrible, horrible suggestion.
I was saying how it's not the best representative of the show, but it's definitely one of the most fun episodes.
Yeah, it definitely sounded very funny. You guys did a good job on that one.
I wasn't on that one.
Well, no, sorry, Charles did.
The B team did a very good job.
That's right. Oh man, what a scary, scary episode that was.
Well, Primatrix says he's willing to come in, so get his info too. And
Okay. Waiting for James here.
forgot my water bottle. I should get around to putting this thing together. I got TFCon.
Have you messed with the little dude I sent you?
The tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him out and fiddled with him a little bit.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I just wish I had a Masterpiece Soundwave.
You don't need it.
Dog case. That's called being in Canada. This internet connection sucks.
Mine's amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yours cleared up from the beginning of the show.
I know, because mine's awesome.
I'm surrounded by boxes.
Yeah,
Here's the one you gave me, the Pestilence.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it works. I don't know how to get you over there.
Put everything back. I'm kind of anal about that, but
You're what now?
I put everything back in the box the way it came. Little bitty guy.
Prime Matrix, I sent you a message, so answer that. and it's a request for your email address. It's a PM or a direct message, and then I can email you and invite you on to the Hangout.
Yeah, Dial about Maximize, we don't really have any guests scheduled that I can remember.
Your mother.
Yeah. We had one for tonight that had to back out, and we're going to try to get him on in the future, but I'm not going to out him for not being on the show tonight because I don't want people to give him a hard time.
Because he's a jerk. No, I'm kidding. He's still pretty awesome.
We did have a request from Adam White on the underbase to be on a show with John Paul. He said apparently all British people could do the Ian McKellen impersonation, and he wants to have a Ian McKellen off.
A McKellen off?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we're going to try, I mean, since they're both in the UK, I think we're going to try to find a better time to record, but nothing's been set up. You getting him on?
Well, Dogcades apparently forgot how to use the internet. So I have sent the invite to Prime Matrix 1986. This will be a surprise for all of us. We don't know who Prime Matrix is.
It's
Please,
Dalrymple.
please be Peter Cullen. Please be Peter Cullen. Please be Peter Cullen. Oh, here comes Dogcades.
Alright.
Aw, it's just Dogcades.
Hello, Mr. Cades. Hello.
Hey, can you hear us?
I can see you. There we go.
Hey, Jeremy.
How you doing?
Good.
How are you, sir?
Well, apparently slow tonight.
Very.
Yeah.
Bam! Bam!
Some pretty impressive shelves behind you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those new those toy stages. That's all that is.
Oh.
In wall size, you know. Even the reflection of the the fluorescent lights. Matthew? Hey, did you get some sleep?
No, this is Prime Matrix coming on. So apparently a new listener to the show.
We can hear it, we can't see it.
Can you guys hear me?
There you
hey.
are.
Hey.
Hey. All right.
I guess
We'll start with Prime Matrix because James is James is James.
It's the nicest thing you've ever called me.
I know, right? So Matthew, how long have you been listening to our show? You said you were new.
It's like we're watching a newscast, and Barry with the weather live from.
yeah, it's satellite delay.
Something's frozen.
Yeah.
Believe we have lost Matthew.
Aw.
It's like a bad echo. Echo.
Well, Dog Case, what are you looking forward to for Christmas?
What am I looking for Christmas? You know what? Maybe some cool. See, people know me and they know I buy what I like before anyone else has a chance to. So I'm kind of hard to pay for, buy for that way. I guess any like a G1 mug, that type of thing is something I would, don't have. And I think Darryl had tweeted out a little bit ago the lanyards and stuff that people are making, stuff like that. That's kind of cool.
Some more of the custom
for your keychain
stuff.
Yeah. It's just different, right? You can't get that, and shirts only go so far. But I mean, everybody has those shirts, so yeah. Just
Everybody can go to astees.com and get a shirt.
That's true. There is quite a few. I like that one with all the Autobots on it, and then they have the Decepticon one as well, and that's right now my favorite. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, I didn't do too well in the States yesterday. I was hoping I might see a Brainstorm just to, I don't know, check it out. But, yeah, I picked up some other stuff, but just, stuff that's been around for a while. Not related. Hate it.
What's that?
This is the Tiger Claw from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh.
So, I know, it's just a, whatever, different piece of plastic, but there wasn't a whole lot of Transformers to be had, unless you really like Lockdown. I don't know if you saw my tweet. There was about 50 on the shelf at Walmart. But I was picking up these old things for $3.50. $3.50.
Wow.
So I picked up the set of those. The only one I didn't get was Superion. The box was pretty beat up, and I think one of the bags was missing, so I went, pass. But I'm really interested in building some of those customized Creo guys, like the Metroplex and stuff. There's a Facebook site, I forget what it is right now, but I have to send it out again as a link. But it's great.
The crazy Creo guy.
Yes. Yeah.
That's him.
Some of the impressive stuff, but you need certain sets. But it looks like he's being pretty loyal to the Creo line and not using,
He's not
That's
cheating.
Yeah.
not Creo stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you can tell he really has talent.
Well, no kidding. Or super glue. I don't know.
Right.
I've been tempted, but you know what? As long as you're careful with them and you don't, don't turn a fan on or something, they won't pry apart on them by themselves. So, what are you guys looking for Christmas?
I'm hoping to get Masterpiece Bumblebee.
Nice.
And I've also got a Jetfire that I ordered as a present for my wife. So
He doesn't listen to this.
Yeah. Whatever you're getting me, buddy. Whatever you're getting me.
All right. So what is it? Last year that Charles sort of got a little crazy and had bought the what was it? he bought it for himself, but his wife turned out to buy it. Not the
Oh,
Lego.
yeah.
Is that Masterpiece Soundwave?
No,
No,
the book, the Covenant of Primus.
Oh,
Yes,
Covenant.
Covenant.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Charles isn't in to correct us before we get it out of our lips, you know.
That's right.
I'm surprised you don't have like Darryl behind you needed a banner that said Yoshi Free Zone, and maybe Jeremy could have had the Charles Free Zone,
Yeah.
or the No Corrections Room, right? That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's great. I half expected you guys to be wearing a Santa hat or something,
Mine's all packed up with all our other Christmas stuff. We didn't even get the tree up this year.
Well, like Protoman. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we're going back to visit my family for Christmas, and I'm like, what's the point? So.
Yeah, I hear that. If you're not going to be there anyway, sure. One more thing to do.
It's one more thing to put back up after we get back home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and once it's over, it's kind of, oh, right, this stuff.
Right.
What would you say would be the one thing you'd want us to change on the show? You're a very critical person. You're always, telling me what to do. So, what
Hey, your wife does that.
what would you say you'd want us to change on the show there, Dogcades?
What do you want to change? I don't know. You know what? I kind of like how it's going down and how you're adding segments. I must admit, I already missed and I know you did it during editing, but the people that were putting in to try to win that contest to get on the show and whatnot. I really enjoyed listening to those clips. It'd be nice if you played them all, but I don't know if that's feasible or.
I think we did play them all during the show, or at least the top 10 or so.
Yeah, I think we played the top 10.
Yeah.
I enjoy those, because again, you hear from the fans, and it's just kind of neat to see what people have put out. But as you say, maybe some of them weren't top tier or whatnot, or as you say, the shows are getting to be 3 hours long. I do enjoy that, like Dinobot Maximize. He's screaming at the screen probably to say, "Show him the damn layout." I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but he always wants me to show this off. I think Darryl's seen this, and it's still incomplete, but I'm just sort of putting together a bit of a diorama. Just out of I don't know how that's streaming across, but there is a tunnel that goes in through. I'm still working on it. It's a real dog's breakfast at the moment, but there's a Metroplex box in the sort of chucked up on the corner that gives you a bit of the scale. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So it's just an ongoing mess. So there's still a lot of bots I haven't opened, and there's just a lot of stuff.
You need to take some pictures of that and tweet it to Yoshi.
Well, I think he's Darryl had done that.
Oh.
And I think Yoshi was, holy shit, what is this? And then, it was kind of neat. I had, I think, the G1 Prime standing up in the tunnel, because it does have working lights in the ceiling and whatnot. I've just really been putting it off, and I've got to finish it.
Yeah, is it to scale with the G1 figures?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yep. And yeah, those new, the show, what do they call them, the toy show base?
Toy stages?
Yeah, the toy stages. I am tempted, but you know what? Those orange stuff you can get on the net and download and whatnot, I just tile them and tile them and tile them. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, I think everybody's already had that. You can get the paper Teletran and all that, and I just basically, I have that Teletran 1 set from years ago, and I just scanned one of those pieces and basically tiled it, and I luckily work at a shop where I can just print it out on label stock and just slap it on whatever. So, yeah, it's kind of nice.
It's really
It'd be nice to do reviews on, but the problem is it always focuses on the background, because it's always trying to focus on the background, so it was really irritating that way. So I've almost been tempted to do a version out of focus and use that as the background. That sounds funny, but I don't have the confidence that Darryl does to put out reviews, as much fun as that would be.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, thanks for finally coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a quick,
Finally figuring it out.
It takes this before Darryl actually is willing to get you on the show.
Aw. Well, I know everybody's. It's neat. It's kind of neat,
Well, I haven't published this yet, and I may still edit him out.
Yeah, I would. I would. Oh man. Yeah. No, I enjoy the show the way it is. I know there's so much more that you could do, but as you say, it works, and you might change it over the course of. But again, like Dinobot Maximus says, I like the camaraderie you guys have, and it's great. So and the corrections is kind of funny, you know, but
Right.
that's a thing too, and that never ends, right? Things are always changing. So
Yeah, I think it would be nice to maybe add voicemails as part of the show in the
yeah,
feedback section if we can work out an easy way to do it.
yeah,
Check
that's
out one of
true.
those Google Mails.
Yeah.
And even just insert them, or just hey, this is Doug Cades, and I'm listening. You're listening to the Transmissions podcast, and you know, do it so you don't have all the.
We really should have done that at TFCon and gotten some of the guests to say that.
Yeah, well, I was kind of wondering or expecting something neat from BotCon, but you know, I mean, they don't care about the toys. What the hell would they care about all the sound clips for?
Yeah, those guys that went to TFCon, man, those comics don't really, you know, they don't do a lot.
Yeah, they don't transform. Once you rip them, they're kind of done, you know.
That's right.
Hey, we got to sit down with James Roberts and
Yes,
Yeah, you got to hear some British. Yeah.
it's kind of hard to top that.
yeah.
Yeah, Simon Furman would have been cool. Now I can't remember, Darryl. Were you with me when we met him at TFCon a few years ago? Back when we were sitting right beside Gary Chalk when he was just going to town on the guitar.
I'm gonna say
That was
yeah.
fun.
I'm gonna say yes because that sounds really cool, but in truth, I wasn't there. No.
Oh.
Yeah, but it had the voice of Perceptor there. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. And yeah, Gary Chalk and Simon Furman and Simon Furman's wife, and it was so cool. He was selling the script of the final show that never ended, you know, or it never got aired, whatever, or the comics. Sorry. And oh man, yeah, that was neat. I'm not as big as Darryl is on the signatures and everything, but that's awesome that you have them all and they're there. Why not? So
Yeah.
so it's great, and that's really neat. So anyway, guys, thanks again, and I appreciate you guys doing this.
All right, cool. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming on.
Have a good night.
Thanks for the
Right.
Windblade.
You bastard.
You should just cut him off right then. Thanks for Wimbley. Click.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think.
Yeah. Prime Matrix left and he hasn't come back. He was having
Yeah.
some issues. He may be done. Yeah.
Hopefully, he actually listens to the normal show and
And not this
we-
clusterfuck of a
and he can
hangout.
hear real shows and
Yeah.
get feedback on that.
Yeah.
But, all
I
right.
think we're going to end it here, though, guys. We had a really good time. This was fun. I'm glad that you guys all stayed with us the whole night, and and hung out and had some fun and some laughs and listened to some dead silence for a little while too. So that was always
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
And Charles would kill us if we didn't say, please give us feedback on our website.
I think everyone here
give
has
us
given
reviews
us
on iTunes, and people who listen to this after the fact might not.
That's true.
And reviews on iTunes really do help with the visibility of the show. So
Yeah. And if you haven't yet, do the survey. It's out. It's up right now. So go and do that. And you can get to it on our website. So transmissions.com or transmissionspodcast.com. I don't go to our website very often. Transmissionspodcast.com, and then there's a link up at the top for the 2014 survey. So go ahead and do that. It's fun and does not cause controversy at all. So
and it doesn't cost anything
nope.
yet.
Yeah, we're going to charge for you to do our survey next year. So you better get in on this.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Hopefully this is playing, and then you'll hear Yoshi's voice in a second.
Yeah, I hear the music. What's that? Wait for it.
Thanks for picking up our transmission. Give us feedback on
Oh,
our website
and I don't give a shit
at
about what Yoshi has to say.
transmissionspodcast.com, where you can find all of our contact information.
Shut up, Yoshi.
And links to all of our show notes discussed in each
You
episode.
suck.
You can also email us directly at feedback@transmissionspodcast.com.
Blah, blah, blah. Check out my blog. I write a blog. Oh, Yoshi. Missed you, buddy.
There we go.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
And this was also an experiment, so maybe we can attempt to do a live show at some point in the future with the whole crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll hopefully get one day where everyone's on. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yep. Yeah.
See you later.